Well, thanks very much, Premier, and indeed I join with you in telling those watching this broadcast that all levels of government are working together. I met with Premier Minns yesterday morning and I travelled to Queensland late yesterday, and we had a very late meeting, I've got to say, Premier, last night to receive the first briefing, and then I was able to attend along with my Minister, Jenny McAllister, who has been here for a couple of days now, to be on hand, first hand, to ensure that the national government, the Commonwealth's response, is in lockstep with the response of state governments. I do urge those watching this broadcast to listen carefully to the words that Premier Crisafulli has just said just now. Prepare, take this seriously. This is a rare event. The governments across the board are taking this seriously, and Queenslanders, as well as those on the north coast of New South Wales, need to do so as well. The Commonwealth wants to reiterate something that I know the Premiers have spoken directly this morning as well. There's no Tweed border here. This is not recognised by the cyclone, and it certainly shouldn't be recognised by government's responses. And to assure people as well, there's been New South Wales people present in the briefings this morning, and the same thing is happening with Queenslanders being present at New South Wales briefings, and the National Emergency Management Agency's headquarters in Canberra will ensure that there's that coordination as well. And I thank Brendan Moon for the extraordinary work, a great Queenslander, for the work that he does through NEMA as well. My government is on the ground and we will provide whatever resources are required. Stay safe by listening carefully to the emergency warnings. I said yesterday that we'd put the ADF on standby. We've now received a formal request and the ADF is now engaged as of right now. The childcare subsidy issue, which was raised by the Premier as well, we have declared through Minister Clare, who's with me here in Queensland, a period of emergency from today for childcare services in southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales at risk from this cyclone. 15 local government areas are impacted. What the period of emergency does is allow for the following support to flow to services and families elected. The service can continue to get childcare subsidy. The service can waive gap fees for families, and children will get unlimited allowable absences for the duration of the period of emergency. In plain speak, this means that families won't be out of pocket for the event that is occurring. Today, I also reiterate that we'll provide an additional 250,000 sandbags to the Queensland Government. We put in place a national supply. 125,000 of those have already been delivered. That's on top of the 80,000 that were delivered by the ADF already. We're also ensuring that northern New South Wales is ready, and I know that Premier Minns is currently travelling to northern New South Wales. The Commonwealth is also pre-positioning heavy lift helicopters from our national aerial firefighting fleet. Sikorsky S-61 is being deployed to Coffs Harbour. The UH-60 Black Hawk will be pre-positioned in Bundaberg in coming days. We've activated the Australian Government Disaster Response Plan, a crisis coordination team, and deployed liaison officers. We've convened the National Coordination Mechanism to assist with the coordination of the Commonwealth Government response. And what that means is that very quickly, Services Australia can be on the ground, making sure that people get that assistance when they need it. This has been effective, I've got to say. Unfortunately, there's a lot of experience dealing with the recent event in Townsville and Ingham in northern Queensland, and last January dealing with the events around Cairns and Cape York. The National Emergency Management Agency will convene today another National Coordination Mechanism meeting. What that does is it brings together industry and business, including supermarkets, banking and freight companies, telcos, insurance companies, all together as well, to ensure that there is a seamless response, to ensure that industry is working hand in hand with the levels of government to make sure that we look after people. I say to people, I reiterate the Premier's call for people to take this event seriously, to listen to the advice, to keep up to date. This is a moving weather event. Fortunately, in the briefing today, it's been moving slower than some other previous events have. What that has enabled is for preparations to be on hand. And those preparations, the hard work has been done. And I want to conclude by thanking the Commonwealth personnel, including Australian Defence Force personnel who are involved, NEMA, but also all of the state agencies who are doing such extraordinary work. And lastly, but certainly not least, our wonderful volunteers through the SES and others who always, at the worst of times for Australia, we see the best of the Australian character. People helping out their neighbours. I saw it firsthand during the devastating floods that have occurred here in southeast Queensland. We see it time after time, and I pay tribute to all those people who are showing their care for others at this difficult time.